Hi there, Angus Pyke here, current President of the Victorian branch of the Chiropractors Association, and your President's report now, technology, is coming to you in the form of a video. From speaking with lots of the membership, one of our biggest challenges is getting information out to you of all the wonderful things that your membership gets for you. What has the association been doing? And so I'm going to take a few moments now just to update you on some of the exciting things, and in particular that the Vic branch is really working our way towards. So we began this year with a really fantastic strategic planning meeting, updating our strategic plan from a few years ago. Really, there are three areas of focus for us. Beginning with is membership services, and basically that's why we exist, is to serve you guys as members from there as well. Coming your way shortly is going to be a couple of surveys actually, where we can get some information about what is it that you want. There are already thousands of dollars of benefits from being a member of the CAA, whether they be the savings that you get from your guild insurance, which is still to date the peak insurance, the peak public public indemnity insurance that we can have in our practice as well. So, but we want to find out what else can we be doing better for you. Particularly, we've got some questions about our CPD, our continuing education, which many of you hopefully by now are aware that this is now mandatory. As we've moved towards national registration, then it's no longer a choice of whether you continue to update. It's something that you're going to be held accountable to each and every year. So if you have questions about that, then best that you contact Norm at headquarters on 9328 4699, and he'll be able to give you some more information about that too. So we're wanting to really continue to update our CPD to make sure that we're delivering the programs that you want. Our first CPD program for the year will be delivered by Jen Keating, and that's in a couple of weeks' time, I think on the 15th of March. And really, again, that's about neurodevelopment of children, a hands-on approach. For any of you that have seen Jen's work, it is absolutely first class. If you haven't, then come along. It's a great way for you to get a soundbite of the fantastic information. One thing that Genevieve always does is she over-delivers, so you'll love the information. If you're wanting to have more to do with kids, or if you're just getting into it, then Jen is a great spot to begin that process as well. But the information that she'll be talking about, particularly about brain development, how we impact brain development, is certainly something that you can apply right across the whole range of chiropractic care as well. One of the other areas that we realise that we're working on through our CPD is really to expand upon this concept of wellness. It's a word that's been bandied around in chiropractic, and there's no real definition for it. Some end of the profession use this wellness term as is it just an asymptomatic adjustment? Is it nutritional and lifestyle advice from there as well? And so we need to define it better. We need to work out what role are we as a chiropractic profession going to play in the ongoing health and wellness of our community as well. So that's something also that CAA National are putting a lot of work into as well. And again, we're looking to really expand our political impact. We're constantly building upon our relationships. We've already met with a new health minister, which is Daniel Andrews, who was a practicing chiropractor, is no longer. But we've already met with him, and we're building strong links into our government as well. So having strong relationships with those groups are important for us to get the word of chiropractic out there as well. So again, your feedback on issues with that really helps us with the conversations that we're having there as well. One of the ways, just thinking you can keep in contact with more ways of us sharing the message with you, so videos like now as well. But we've also got a Facebook page as well, which you can get to at Facebook.com/CAAVic. Another great way for you to stay in touch with all the information that's going on at CAAVic as well. So coming up in just a couple of, it'll be April 2nd, so it's actually not a couple of months, it's a month's time from now, we have Inspiring Change Mark II. So we put on an Inspiring Change seminar as a part of our AGM last year. The feedback was nothing short of extraordinary. We had people fly from all around Australia. One of the registrants who flew from Perth said that flat out, 25 years of being in practice, this was the most impactful day and a half that he had from there as well. So we've got just a single day this year. The lineup, great last year. I think this lineup certainly matches it as well. We have Dr Rosemary Keating, who's coming down from Queensland. She's going to be spending some time talking about the finer points of communication. So I think regardless of of where you are in the scope of how you choose to serve your practice members, your patients, it's important that we be able to communicate chiropractic, that we'll be able to relate the message across to them. So many of the challenges that we have with patients is really just about poor communication. Rosemary Keating is one of the experts in that. She's eloquent in the way that she shares her message from there as well. So what you'll see within the next week or so, I've actually done a small interview with Rosemary where she'll be talking about exactly what you can expect to get from her as well. So keep an eye out from that as well. We'll also be hearing from Heidi CAAVic, who's a chiropractor who works over in New Zealand at the New Zealand Chiropractic College. She's the head of their research department there. She's now the world's leading figure in chiropractic research. She has risen to fame in a very short time from there. The research that she's producing is some of the most chiropractic applicable research that we've seen. Her work is stunning. I had the privilege of listening to her speak recently. I've heard her speak numerous times over the last 3 or 4 years. She said something that was really quite impactful, and she's got a great sense of humour too. She says, a geek like me, through the research that I do, and I'm paraphrasing here, has the ability to bring more people to chiropractic than all the rest of us put together. So her research is exciting. She's not just presenting her research to chiropractors, she's presenting it to neurophysiologists, to healthcare professionals around the world. She's incredibly sought after. So the fact that we've got her here for the day is fantastic. Her models of subluxation are cutting edge. The research that she does is cutting edge as well. So she's incredibly, as I mentioned before, highly sought after. So to have a couple of hours with Heidi will be extraordinary. The third of our speakers for the day is one that I'm personally very excited about. Michelle McQuaid is not a chiropractor. She doesn't work within the chiropractic field, although she has been a client at my practice for the last 5 years. She has a master's in positive psychology. She really deals with human capital. She's interested in what makes people change as well. Her interest inside what makes people change is that she's done a lot of work on happiness, a lot of work on us living into our strengths. Just this morning I recorded an interview with Michelle. Michelle is, I guess I've asked Michelle to be a little selfish in what she's talking about. So much of us, of the continuing education that we get as chiropractors, is all about us being able to help our patients, our clients more from there as well. Michelle's going to talk about what life looks like when you live to your strengths. So much of what we tend to do is focus on where we're weak in our practice and how do we get that better. And we do that often with our clients as well. What she's going to talk about is when we focus on our strengths, when we live more into our strengths and we're happier, we're more resilient. She talked about the contagiousness of happiness as well. So that's a stunning, just little 10-minute interview that I did with her too. So keep an eye out for that. That will be posted very soon as well. So the three major areas, as I'm going back to, we worked on, that we will continue to be working on as an executive is really membership benefits. As I said, there'll be some surveys coming out. If you can help us with those, that would be fantastic from there. To continue to expand our political influence. And this year, we're also going to really work on expanding, defining wellness. Where do we fit inside the healthcare system from that point of view as well? So a summary of some of the things that are going on as well. So please head to our Facebook page as well. So facebook.com/CAAVic. Press like on that page. That'll really help us keep up to date and involved with you. Please register for our Inspiring Change seminar. The one-day seminar, it's going to be held at the RACV Club in the city. It's a fantastic one for you to bring all staff along to as well. The work that they'll be getting through Michelle, for them to be able to better communicate chiropractic and for them to understand chiropractic as well. This will be a fantastic day. If it's anything like last year, then you're in for a wonderful day. The registration fees for it too are extremely cheap. Early bird finishes on March 11th as well. So again, this has been Dr Angus Pyke here, this time coming on behalf of CAA Victoria, and I look forward to seeing you all very soon.